welcome to Farmhouse Fabrics, and I'm so excited. We have Pattie Robinson with us today, and Pattie has brought a wardrobe, unbelievable wardrobe of doll clothes for the 18-inch doll that she makes and sells. She sells them at shows. She has an Etsy store.
Yes.
And I mean, I've been so excited about it because...
Me too.
Yeah, all the ways that you use trims and tiny buttons, and even some of the larger scale fabrics are so perfect. So we've got a lot to talk about today. But I want to ask, we got to learn about Pattie. So Pattie's kind of lived all over the place.
Yes,
and she kind of has a New Jersey accent, but that's not where you're from originally, is it?
No, I'm actually from North Carolina. I was born in Gaston County. I grew up on a farm. My daddy was a sharecropper. My mom was a housewife. We basically picked bales of cotton. I used to dig potatoes up out of the ground for dinner.
Wow.
And when I was about 7 or 8, my mom and dad moved to Philadelphia. So I lived in Philadelphia for 1 or 2 years. And then my mom moved us to New York City. And I lived in Brooklyn for over 30 years. And from there, I went to New Jersey. Then my company moved us to Memphis. While I was in Memphis, I adopted 2 girls, Erica and Nadia. And then my company got sold, and then I moved back to New Jersey. And during the pandemic, I relocated myself to Macon, Georgia, where I am right now.
Very cool.
And I think you have, how many sisters do you have?
I have 4 sisters.
Well, I was thinking 3, but 4 sisters.
4
okay.
sisters.
Mm-hmm.
I have a sister that's a teacher's, not a teacher's assistant, but a parental assistant that works in junior high schools in the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
I have a sister, Julie, who was a former math teacher. She has a PhD in mathematics. I have a sister, Amanda, who is a housewife. And then just me.
Just you. She's the oldest of all those girls.
Yes.
So would they say you're the bossiest or not?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm mean.
Oh, you're mean.
I'm mean. I'm a disciplinarian. And my kids will say that too. And so will my nieces and nephews.
Well, I'm pretty sure you have a math mind, because you kind of work in an area that requires a lot of math and
right. Yes.
And so it's interesting because we have had other people on that have designed garments and sewn wonderful garments for a living, and she's not even retired yet.
No.
But doing all these things, and there's so many of them that have a math brain, so I think it's kind of interesting.
I'm more of like I can see stuff and I want it, and I can do it. I say that I can do it, and I try really, really hard until I get it right. I make a lot of mistakes, as I showed you guys today. I make a lot of mistakes making my clothing, but I just enjoy it. It's my hobby, and it's going to be my new career, basically.
That's wonderful. Well, let's just start talking about some of the garments, because I know people are really interested, and we have this beautiful one.
I want people to know that we have known Pattie for
how many years, Pattie?
Since the 1990s, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
almost 30
goodness.
years, yes.
So, and she learned about us through a
Threads magazine,
magazine.
little ad.
It was
Threads
a tiny. I did have a tiny one at one time.
Yes, it was
That's
a
right.
little ad in Threads magazine, and I said,
Wow.
"Wow, it says Farmhouse. That must be really neat and cute." So let me just order something from there. And Sally sold heirloom fabrics, and at the time, I wanted to make something that was heirloom. I wanted just something 100% cotton, and I used to go to Hancock's Fabrics in Memphis, and I couldn't find a fabric store in New York City that would be cheap enough for me to actually afford a yard of fabric. And I discovered Sally, and I've been basically ordering from you guys for a long time.
Well, it has been fun for us too, because this is our first time actually meeting Pattie in person, and so it's been a delight today. Today has just
We've
been
had fun.
Yes. Yeah, it's really been
Sharing
fun.
stories and stuff has
I
been a lot
know,
of fun.
I know.
And they asked me whether or not I've made mistakes in clothing that I've made. Yes, I do. I do it a lot.
We spent a lot of time talking about mistakes we've made today, and I was correcting one while she was setting up. I was correcting a mistake I made in my granddaughter's dress. So, yeah, it happens. And so don't be afraid to try things, right?
Always, if you make a mistake, take it apart. And if you mess it up when you take it apart, just put it in the recycling bin and donate it to someone who will probably make a quilt out of it, so it will never go to waste. But yeah, I do make mistakes, like putting the sleeve on backwards, hemming the wrong side of a sleeve. Oh, yeah, I did do that. And that blue and white one, I don't know where it is.
It's over here. Yeah, I'll grab it in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah,
Should-
I put the
should-
sleeve on backwards. I was about to go to a craft show, the Christmas in the South in Macon, and we're putting tags on it, and I noticed that it actually put the sleeve on backwards. I put the hem on this side, and it should have been on that side, and I had to take it apart, so I didn't sell that one that day because that's where it is. But yeah,
That's so
I make
cute.
mistakes like that.
Actually, I did not even look at this one. This is adorable. So, one thing you were telling me, and I don't know if I'm getting ahead of the game or not, but that you have, like, you kind of have your bodice down.
Oh yes,
set.
I have this bodice.
And see, she's drawn her own little patterns.
Yes, I drew my own patterns.
So she knows the bodice is going to work. And then you what? Went
And
to...
then I decided to make a sleeve. And I said, I'm going to make 60 dresses out of just this sleeve. Okay? So this sleeve is made out of that.
Let's pull this guy. Whoops. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I pulled your leg.
This sleeve is made from the same fabric, the same pattern. So is this one, and so is this one. It's
So
what
we
you
can
do to
slide
it after you've
over
put the
here
whole thing
too.
together or while you're designing it that
And then
makes a
we'll
big
slide
difference.
This guy over here.
So they're all the same.
And
So
everyone...
you mean like the special details?
The
That's
special
what,
details.
Yes.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And I do that as I'm sewing. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I just cut the fabric out. I cut them all out. And then I just put them in a bin, a plastic bag. And then I said, okay, well, I'm going to do these. And I sit down and I do each one. Sometimes, like this one took 2 days to do because I really wanted to do this ribbon thing.
You
And
figured it out.
I figured it didn't work the first time. So then I had to take it apart and do it again. This one, I really wanted to do something to make the fabric pop out. So I didn't have this bottom fabric, this beige and white stripe. So I ordered it from you guys. And I
Found it.
Yes, I couldn't finish the dress for like 6 days because I had to wait until it came.
I really want to show, I mean, I'm sure we're going to go to overhead, and I know we can only do it for Facebook. Instagram doesn't show the overhead, but I want to show a close-up of this little trim because, let's see, it's going to be towards us. There we go.
Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah, tell them about that little trim.
This
That's
is
so
a
sweet.
trim that I received from Farmhouse maybe 10, 15 years ago. It was in a bag of one-off trims, and it was just a little piece, about a yard. And when I was putting the dress together, I took this motif and I said, this is really pretty on here. It's an embroidered motif.
Netting, kind of. Mhm.
Yes, I think it's probably French or something. And it just made sense to put it all together in one place, and that's how that happened.
Well, I love this. This is a tiny little, it's like organdy, and it's printed with black little dots and kind of little dotted stripes and edging. But it's perfect with this whole outfit.
Yes.
And so I know a lot of y'all are way more organized than I am, and I'm going to tell you that Pattie is organized. And she showed us pictures of her rooms where she stores her trims and her fabrics, and everything is lined up just like this. So it makes it really easy when you're going to get ready for a show and start pulling things that coordinate.
Yes. And my sister Amanda, she goes shopping in my rooms.
Oh,
That's cute.
Yes. I said, Amanda, I need something that's purple or pink to go with this fabric. She says, okay, I'll go shopping. And so she goes into the room, and she's really good going through all the fabrics.
It's a small store.
Yeah. And she's put them on the cards, but she put them by color.
Oh my.
Oh, she
Oh,
did.
wow.
She put them on. She reorganized them by color.
Oh wow.
So she knows what
That's
she's looking
helpful.
for. Yes.
so
Better than me.
I noticed that some of your closures, like on the wedding gown or what is this? This
It's a
not the
Marie
wed-
Antoinette,
Marie
yes.
Antoinette gown. There is an invisible zipper.
Yes.
And then some you have in the little narrow Velcro
Right.
for closures.
I prefer the Velcro because the little girls, when they're playing with the dolls, it's easier for them to open and close the outfits and to put them on. I think
Oh,
with
yeah, I
the
can see that.
invisible zipper, I put that on fabric that's very expensive,
Right.
but also outfits where it's going to be really tight.
Yeah, where it just makes it nice and slim and
Yeah, so
and
it's
fitted.
that's
makes it
really
more
fitted. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you can get Velcro in different colors, or do you mostly have like white, beige, and black, or
Oh, no,
not?
there's a store called Farm Cookies. and Etsy that sells it in
Oh.
every color you could ever possibly
They need
imagine.
to know about that. Farm cookies.
Farm
and it's
cookies
on Etsy.
On Etsy.
And so they have the narrow Velcro. Like here, this
Yeah.
is one in purple.
This is purple. Yeah, they have purple, they have red, they have black, they have orange, they have green. They have all the colors. And so you can match it all up.
That's fabulous.
Yes, farm cookies.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, everybody needs to go to Farm Cookies. That's for
Farm
sure.
cookies. That's where I
my
purchased mine.
goodness. Well, that's neat. So now, let me ask you this: do you? I mean, I can see you've got some patterns out here, and where's that other one? You got this one.
The Carpetina.
So do you? Is this is the one you use for the Marie Antoinette?
Mm-hmm.
So is this available like on Etsy, or where did they
It's
find
available
this?
on Etsy and also carpetina.com.
Okay, Carpetina. So does she have lots of?
Just lots of
patterns?
different outfits. This is considered one of the historical ones. They have modern ones, but it's all in Carpetina. They also have them in PDF form, but a lot of them at the beginning they were all printed patterns. So this one's only printed, and it's really easy to use.
And do you feel like it's a good fit? You must have been happy with
right.
it. I mean, it
It's-
looks great. With
Yes,
the fit.
it's a good fit.
So did you make your own like dress forms to put these on?
No, they're dress forms from AmericanGirl.com and also from Sophia's.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's cute. So do you make hats sometimes too?
Yes, I do. One of the dresses here has a hat on it.
Does this Marie Antoinette have a?
Marie Antoinette does have a hat.
Oh.
In the front, you'll see it's made from a
Oh,
fascinator.
here it is right here. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
You want to
Let me
show
put
that?
it
Oh
this
my
is,
goodness.
This is a hat. And
Look at
it's
that.
actually this trim.
Oh, look at the shoes! I didn't
Oh,
even
look
notice
at
that
her
you accented those.
Yes. These are old American Girl or Pleasant Company doll shoes that I took and put the trim on.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it this way.
They're
where
no
they can-
longer
where they can-
available at all for purchase. So
They look almost handmade. The shoes almost look handmade.
yeah, the old shoes are really nice.
Oh wow.
So how
And
did
this is
you
hat.
make the fascinator? How did you
Okay,
do that?
so I have a form that I got offline. You can get it on eBay or Etsy, and you just buy the form. It's the same form they use for adults to make the little fascinators you see most of the English people wear. And then I just took these motifs and cut them up and just hot glued them all. And then the stuff I have around her neck, she has a little choker. I put it around this.
oh my goodness.
Look at that. This is
And
like
then
a
I-
little knitting.
And then I put this in here to keep it on the head. Let me show you.
Oh.
I'll put it on her
Okay.
head.
I'll bring her over. Let's bring her over right here to the middle.
Oh my goodness, it's
Look
cute
at
like that.
that.
So it just sits on her head.
That's cute.
That is so cute.
And that's what's here for this one. This dress is like my pièce de résistance. I love this dress. So this is silk de pony, and I think this is like China silk. It's
Well,
wedding
no,
fabric from
this
Vera
is,
Wang.
This is a silk satin.
A silk satin.
This is a silk satin because it's got that weight to it. Yeah. But I love how you use the gold embroidered netting, and then a double layer where it's just the ivory netting.
Right.
Oh,
The
man,
pattern calls for
this
2
is
layers.
Wow.
And this is all hand applied all the way around the
Oh,
entire dress, and it has like a train on it, so you can see it drops. It's
Yeah.
hand applied. It took me like 4 days to actually sew all of this on. And then I put it up here too.
Oh, I love
And then I
that.
put it on the top of the sleeves there.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize the choker wasn't part of the dress itself.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
is
the
that
choker-
separate? Oh, look
Yes,
at you.
it's just a choker.
That
I
is
just took
cute.
your trim. I bought the trim here. I
Oh.
took
I
the
didn't
trim and
recognize it.
put the ribbons on the back and little bows, and I just put it up there.
That is cute.
Yeah.
That is cute.
And then these are silk ribbons.
Very nice.
And then for me, what I like to do is I like to actually take and put inside the seam. If I give you a button, I put the extra button inside the
Oh.
seam. Like when you buy clothing. Yes.
in
so I put
case
that-
she messes up when she's dancing and loses her buttons. And they
When Pattie came in, I said, "Oh, we lost Sally.
I know.
She'll be gone. We'll get her back."
Like, oh my goodness, you're so beautiful today. Wow. Oh, I love how it stands out. That silk satin makes it really stand out.
And sometimes you'll find
Oh, look
that
at
I
that.
crochet hats to go with
Oh.
the outfit. That goes with this outfit.
Look.
I love that.
Oh, this is wonderful.
So
I
it's
love
just
that.
with the flower on the side.
Oh, and all that little fancy yarn. So
Yes.
did you, when you crocheted that, did you use like 2 or 3 yarns at one time?
No, it's just one yarn. This particular yarn is like that.
Look at this. Can we
I put
do
the
a
bow on
close up
the
on the
side.
bow? Oh my heavens, that's so cute. That's like silk ribbon embroidery on that bow.
I bought that from Delightful Designer on Etsy.
Okay. Oh, did you buy the bow already done?
Yes.
That's neat.
But I want to learn how to do it, but
Yeah.
I purchased it already done.
That's cute.
And with everything that I sell, I provide shoes and accessories too.
Right.
So
So
everything.
where can we find you on Etsy?
I am Pidget for Dolls. PIDGIT for Dolls. DOLLS at Etsy.
And so is that your website as well?
No.
No. Okay.
No, my website would be Etsy store.
Oh,
But
okay.
like that.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I'll give it
Okay.
to you guys so
Yeah.
you know what it is.
Awesome.
We'll put a link on there.
But I wanted to show you some of the other clothes
Okay,
that we
let's
made.
do it.
This was not quite finished yet, but again, it's made with the same sleeve pattern. And I'm trying to decide what to do with the ribbon in the front, but the ribbon's on the back.
Cute.
I just need to follow through somehow. And then I lined it in gingham to give it that
Oh,
extra little
yeah.
pizzazz, because you can actually see through this fabric. It's like a Swiss.
It's so
slip
funny
knot.
because it gives it a little dimension, but it doesn't really show the gingham.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
I know. I'm surprised that you can't see the gingham through
Isn't
it.
that neat?
Yeah.
But it gives it like
It gives
depth.
it a depth. Yeah.
But this looks like a circle skirt gathered. Is that a circle skirt gathered?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, yeah. I love that because it's not then so much fullness up here at the waist, but then you have all the fullness at the
Right.
at the hem.
And I should warn you, if you're going to do a circle skirt, hem the skirt before you close it in the back.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because then you can just turn it under and sew it. If you don't, you're going to have trouble where you're bunching it as you sew the seam.
You know, that makes me think of the question that Diana asked you about how hard is it to sew doll garments, and what your answer was.
It's the way you put them together. I've used a lot of patterns, and they say they want me to actually close the bodice and then put the sleeve in. I don't do that. I put the sleeve in, and then I close the bodice. It may not work for you, but it works for me. It makes my life so much easier. And I find that if you just spend your time on the bodice and the sleeves, you can do anything you want with the skirt. I like putting like piping in to just add that extra dimension to something to make it pop out or something like that. It depends, you know. I mean, it's all up to you, whatever you want it to be. And for me, when I make my doll clothing, I make it as if I'm making it for my children. And the same care that I went into making my children's clothing, I put into making these clothing. And if you don't do that, then you don't really get any joy from it at all.
That's cool.
Jennifer on YouTube, she said, Pattie makes the most gorgeous doll clothes. The Marie Antoinette dress is a work of art.
It is.
Thank you.
That's right.
I spent a lot of time. That dress is 3 years in the making because I had the silk and I just didn't have the rest of it. I needed the right trim, and then one day I saw it on Farmhouse and I said, I want that trim.
That's funny.
And luckily it was still there, and I had a coupon, and so I was able to
There
get
you go.
because
There you go.
it was a little more than I normally spend for trim,
Yeah.
but with the coupon it made it worth it, and then I bought more to really finish it off.
And I love how you incorporated like all the little points and everything and laid them on there just exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It was fun.
so cute.
So Pink says, beautiful. Would you please repeat your Etsy address? Thank you so much.
It's Pidget, Pidgit, 4, the number 4, DOLLS. It's on Etsy. Or if you just put in Pidget, and it'll come up with a couple of things, but you're going to look for doll clothes.
Well, we'll link it also.
Yeah, we will link it.
And all my clothes is one of a kind. I don't make it more than once. I may use the fabric for something else, but everything is one of a kind.
That's cool.
Yes.
So do you find that like sewing with different types of like slippery fabrics, like I mean, how is that in doll world? I feel like that has to be more challenging.
This little doggy,
Yeah.
this is like a silky, I'm not sure what it is, but I purchased it because I thought it was just beautiful. It's from your store.
Yeah. That drove you crazy.
I sprayed it with starch.
To get it to stiffen up and stop
And then
wiggling.
I washed it.
Yeah, yeah.
I sprayed it with starch. Guilty.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
I know.
Yeah, to stiffen
I know.
it. Yeah,
Because
I
look
did.
at that tiny little rolled hem. Very tiny little rolled hem.
Yes,
Oh boy.
yes. But
Yeah.
this is another thing. I did the hem before I closed it.
Right.
And then, but I only went to the edge before I got to the seam. So then it looks like it's but it's
Right.
not. No.
Right.
It's again a circular bottom, and that's what I did.
That's
One of the
cute.
other ones I did in the circular bottom was this one.
This one I love. Oh boy.
This is something that Farmhouse used to, and it still does, the dolly kits. And so I purchased the dolly kit, which was just a small piece of this beautiful organza, silk organza fabric. And then I purchased the silk stuponi to go underneath it. And you can see this is hand.
Mm-hmm.
I did this by hand.
Hand rolled hem.
Yes, because I couldn't figure out how to do it on the machine. And because I couldn't figure out how to do the organza, I took and put silk ribbon around the
I
bottom.
see that.
I cheated.
Whoa, but it looks
It
good.
sets the
It really
Yeah.
looks good.
I cheated. And then recently we took and put like a little petticoat on it to make
The
it pop out a little
petticoat
bit.
is darling.
Yes.
And look at all those. I mean, gathering up all that stuff. Oh my goodness. Look at you.
I bought the trim.
Oh, you bought it like
Yeah,
that?
it's a trim.
And then sewed it
And I
on?
just put it,
Oh,
I put it,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
It's just it's just a trim and I just
good.
put it on there.
Rows of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look
yeah.
at that.
It's just a trim and I just put it on a piece of
Yeah.
cotton. Just
Cute.
make it pop out a little bit.
But
And
I
then of
love
course the
then
velvet
Yeah, the velvet.
with
little-
the bow on it.
And then the little belt thing on the front.
Yes.
Is
It's like
darling.
the little flowers. It's like
Yeah.
chiffon flowers on the front. And then this is just part of like a jewelry making kit. I just took
Oh,
and
yeah.
put that on there.
Yeah. So then, what'd you
Loving
do?
it. They're saying gorgeous.
This is what'd you do for shoes? Do you
Oh,
have
the
with
shoes?
that
Oh,
one?
yeah,
The
this
shoes
one
are-
has shoes. This one, I
Look at
actually
this.
am selling this with stockings. This
Woo.
beautiful
Oh, they
stockings.
got
So I
stockings.
new
Oh, my
stockings.
goodness.
And these cute little gold shoes.
Oh,
cute.
they're cute.
Yeah, they're cute little gold shoes.
Now, when Pattie is doing her at her shows, she said that she really listens to the children, and they say, oh, "I'd really rather have this color shoe with the dress." She goes into her shoe stash
Yeah.
and changes them out for the kids.
We carry extra shoes to the show because, you know, it's the
I
children.
think that's really neat.
They have their own style and their own taste. Like,
Yeah.
I may not think it's bad to wear white shoes with this dress in the wintertime, but they may. And they
Yeah.
want black shoes or
Yeah.
red shoes or something like
That's
that. And so
right.
I give them what they want.
Oh, I'll tell you one that I want to see.
Which one?
Where's our long-handled reacher? Got it around here.
Oh,
Right?
that one up there?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I love that one.
I love that one.
Yes.
And that one is. Oh, and I remember that fabric.
Yes, you still have some here.
Oh, I do.
Yes.
I mean the top, the white fabric.
Oh, no, the white
the
fabric. No, I
white
bought
fa-
all of
yeah,
it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't have any more of that fabric.
I
But
bought all this fabric.
This is our preppy plaid.
Mm-hmm.
We do have that, but we're going to go to it overhead and look at this because I love how you incorporate the little designs in the fabric. This is like
Like over towards you a little bit.
this way.
Yep.
Okay. This is an embroidered voile.
Mm-hmm.
But look how cute it is in a doll garment.
And put the trimming around the edges of the sleeve.
Yes.
You may think that's really difficult, but it isn't. Again, before you gather the sleeve, do your sleeve thing here and then put the piping on, okay? As a matter of fact, I based everything before I sew it.
Oh, do you?
I base
Yeah,
everything before
yeah.
I sew it. And then when I'm doing two sleeves, I base both of them before I sew them because I may make a mistake on one of them or forget how I did the other one. And then this is a trim that I already had from Farmhouse, and I just felt, you know, Amanda went, I said, Amanda, I need something to put on this. So she went shopping and she found this.
Oh.
It was the right colors.
Yeah, it does. And so that it goes in the side seams here, and then this little
I put the organza on the back.
organza ribbon on the back connected in the side seams. So that's perfect. So you're not going to lose this. It's not going to fall off and be in your kid's toy box.
Yes.
I love that. So this little band is just a band folded in half, so it's doubled, and then you put your piping on, and then you
Then I closed it.
then you close it once you sew it to the bodice, right?
Mm-hmm. I
It
put it on
is
the
a
bodice
lot
first.
easier
Isn't
to
it,
do
though?
it that way.
Yes.
It is a lot easier.
So if you have a pattern and it's telling you to put the sleeve in after you've sewn the bodice together on the side, forget
Don't do it.
Don't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I
Don't
mean,
do
you
it.
can do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people get worried that they're not doing it exactly like the
Right.
pattern, but sometimes it makes more sense to do it another way, right?
You have to do what's best for you.
Yeah,
What
that's
you think
right,
is
that's
easiest.
right.
And then I put like a little organza slip underneath it.
Oh, That's so cute.
Mary Lynn has a question. She says, gorgeous first. When did you start selling?
I started selling in 2008 or 9. I used to make clothing for my daughters, and then once they grew out of it, I was making clothing to match their American Girl doll clothes. I mean, their actual dresses. I made a lot of Daisy Kingdom dresses for my daughters. And so it was great because the pattern came with a pattern for the dolls. So they would go around and show the dolls off in their clothes and stuff like that. And then they stopped wearing the dresses. And I had all of these clothes left. And so someone said, well, you should sell them. So I found the a craft show at one of the local Catholic schools. And the first time I went, it was like, I blew out everything. I had like 35 dresses. They were all gone. And then I just kept going back every Christmas for about 6 years. And then I started doing an outside show because someone told me I should do an outside show. And I purchased a tent that actually has my logo on it. I have a freestanding tent with my logo on it and everything. And I went to the Chester craft show in September for 2 days in New Jersey. It's Chester, New Jersey. And I did really well there too. I had a really good clientele until all the kids grew out of that age. Mostly grandparents, aunts, and uncles purchased a lot of stuff.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
And I think there's one dress on your website that I made. It's actually fuchsia Duponi with a jacket. It has black trims and stuff on it. I had that dress for maybe 5 or 6 years and no one purchased it. One day this lady came to the show. She says, I want that. I said, you do know that's like $65. She says, what's the money?
Oh.
It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And she didn't have a doll. She just thought it was the most beautiful thing she'd ever seen. So
I
she just
love
purchased
that.
it.
That's wild.
Well, that goes right along with Kristen's comment. She said, let's be honest. These dolls and clothes are for us adults. We haven't grown out of our dolls.
I agree with you. I actually have 27 dolls.
Oh, wow.
I only bought a few today, but it was really hard deciding which ones to bring and which ones not to bring.
Well, you knew you had to bring some because if you saw our video, we're like, they need some help over there.
Yes, but it was hard deciding which
Yeah.
ones not to bring.
It's like, oh, I'm so sorry I can't bring you today.
And I have more clothing at home. I'll be posting them sometime this weekend. I'm getting pointers from the ladies on how to photograph everything because everyone's told me that some of my photographs are not very good. So I'm working on that and descriptions of what's really there. Most of my
She
fabrics.
needs to put a link to the video to show. That's like, go look and see what it looks like because this is wonderful.
Yeah.
These are fabulous.
I have to see that white.
Which one?
Like lip dot.
Oh, right.
Oh, yes, that was cute.
Oh,
That's okay. You didn't go.
Okay.
It's okay.
yeah, this is really cute.
This was I fell in love with this fabric, and I've always wanted to make something with it. So this time I decided that I wanted to do something different with the sleeves because all these sleeves are the same.
Scoot it
pattern.
towards Sally just a little bit, and we'll get it on there. Yep, perfect.
I wanted to do something different with the sleeves, and I said, what could I possibly do with the sleeves? And someone in classic sewing
around this way.
actually had taken ribbon and put it around the sleeve, and I said,
Oh, she did
I
it like
can do
attach it
that.
underneath and then tie.
Yes, I can
That's
do that.
cute.
So now it can
That's
be
why
close.
the shape of that is so interesting.
Wow.
Oh, I love that.
And so I can just tie this.
Right.
I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. I'm on your show. I'm shaking.
Oh,
I
would
can
have
just
a hard
tie
time.
this.
Yeah.
Just tie this.
Love
Yes.
that.
So it makes this elongated, like
And
asymmetrical
this
look. That was really beautiful.
Sweetest little, almost like little spider webs. The tiny little trim is so darling. But this fabric, too bad we can't find this, right?
Oh, I love that.
This
fabric.
is a sheer fabric. It might be even like the old-timey nylon dotted Swiss that they made forever ago that has, it's flocked with actually thread dots.
Yes.
And then the print, a soft print on this sheer, and it's like little window pane almost, the design.
But it's like puffy too.
Yeah, it
I can't
is.
describe what it is.
Yeah.
And then I just put a white slip underneath it because I didn't want to do pink. I tried a lot of different colors under it, but
I
the
know, we
white
do
just
that
really,
sometimes. This
yeah,
makes it
the white
stand
just
out.
made it better.
Look at that. So I'm going to
Beautiful.
hold that up. That's so pretty.
And it makes it stand out a little bit too, having the fabric underneath.
It does.
We got a couple comments.
Okay.
Kristen said, some people think we are weird for that. And Shirley says, you can say that again. My grandsons think I'm nuts and always turn all my dolls with their faces to the wall before they leave. And then Shirley also says, I need to add to the fact that my grandsons are nearly 40 years old.
That's funny.
Well, this weekend, all 4 of my granddaughters are coming. They're 15, 13, 12, and 11. And it's going to be really difficult to keep them out of the room with all the dolls. Oh, Grandma, can we just try something on? Can we just have a fashion show? Oh, as long as you don't comb their hair. You know?
Yeah.
I don't want anybody combing their hair. I went through a lot of trouble getting their hair the way it is. I don't want it combed. Don't touch it. I actually, before each show, we spend like a day where we take all the dolls and I use a special gel. It's called, I can't remember the name of it. I'll give it to you guys when I leave. And I take a wire brush and water. So I put the gel in my hand and then I put water in my hands and I smooth it down the doll's hair. And then after I finish smoothing it down the doll's hair, I smooth it. I get it like moist. It's not really wet. It's just damp. And then I hold on to it and I start combing from the bottom until I get to the very top. And it takes all the kinks out. And then what I do is I put a plastic bag over their hair so that when we get to the show, the hair is still,
Oh,
So
right.
perfect.
yeah, still
Right.
perfect. Because believe it or not, people like to see the dolls at the show with the clothes on, and they don't need to look scraggly. But that's how I take care of it. You can actually get this at Target. Target has it's called Our Generation, but for $5.99 they actually have a packet with this brush in it and a little a little spray bottle. And so that's your water, and then you just need a gel. Any kind of gel you can use for curls. Not very stiff, light gel. Okay? If it's too stiff, it's going to make it cakey. You need a light gel.
Like a gel you'd squeeze out of a bottle, or like a gel that you dip your hand into?
You
Is
dip
it
your hand
that
into
heavy?
it. Yes,
Yeah.
you dip your hand into it, but it's not going to be really heavy when you put water
When
with
you
it.
add it with water.
And you just do that with the hair, and it smells good too.
Oh, I like that.
It smells really good, but that's how I take care of their hair. Because I know someone wants to know how I took care of their hair. That's how I take care of their
Yeah,
hair.
and we asked that question yesterday, and somebody said, had said you can use like fabric softener, and several people said don't do that. And then somebody said use hair conditioner, that you could use a hair conditioner.
But it has chemicals and stuff in it. You really
Okay,
don't want to. The
all right.
gels, most of the time, they're more organic, and because you just wash it out.
Yeah.
And conditioners, they put the oils and stuff in it. You don't want oil in it. You just
Yeah.
want it to be a little moist. It smells really good and it stays, you know.
Yeah.
We got a request. Victoria says, please show the dress on the table, burgundy colored, behind Sally's
Oh,
Oh.
right
the
shoulder.
snowflakey one.
Yeah.
Sally likes this dress.
I do like this dress. I like this a lot.
Let me tell you how this dress is made. So, my sister and I went to a quilting shop. And every time I go to a shop, I have to buy one thing. And she picked out this fabric. It's a Kaufman cotton, quilting cotton. It's burgundy, but it's like almost batik in the colors. And then it has gold dots all over it. Okay? When I brought it home, I said, I think I have something that will go really nice with that. And in one of your presentations, someone actually talked about putting lace on the sleeves of a dress. And I said, I think I can do something with that. So I went back into my stash and I found this beautiful embroidered trim. It's actually pink. It's a light pink, but it doesn't look like that. It's
I wonder
actually
if they can
pink.
see it if I lay it on top. If I lay it on top of here, yeah, you can see.
It's a soft pink.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's how I put this whole thing together. Again, the same sleeves as this one, but just adding a little bit of something to it and just adding ribbon to the top. And then I cut down the bodice in the back.
I see that.
I made it a little bit lower in the back.
So the ribbon actually has a little tiny bits of gold flecky.
It's
color
one of
in
your
it.
ribbons, yes.
Is that one of ours?
It's one of your ribbons.
That's really pretty. I like that.
It's one of your ribbons.
Oh my goodness.
When you buy fabric and stuff from Farmhouse, they tie it up with a ribbon. And sometimes the ribbons are so gorgeous.
Oh,
That's how I got this ribbon.
that's.
I went
neat.
online and I said, oh, I know, I bought more of it.
Yeah. Oh.
Because I thought it was so pretty. And of course the flowers are from there too. I have a huge stash of all the little trims at home.
They're so sweet, and these are like glass beads in the center of that sewn to the. So is this sewn on? Yes, you got it. You've got the ribbon belt sewn on at the waist. It's like hand stitched. You almost can't see it.
And the reason I hand stitch is because this dress isn't finished yet. It's just still in the works. You know, I cut down the front of the bodice and I cut down the back of the bodice. But if you look at the ribbon,
she's gonna
it's
show
not
you a mistake. You would never have known this. Never.
This ribbon
ever.
is closer to the skirt, and this ribbon is further from the skirt. So that's why I now hand sew them in, because I make mistakes like that. I see it. You guys may not see it.
Nobody else is going to see that.
But I'm going to cover it up so when I put the trims and stuff on it, nobody will know it.
That's right. That's right.
But I do make mistakes on my dresses. I do. And I try to fix them by covering them up, but sometimes people do notice.
Well, Kathy says the dresses are beautiful and so creative.
That's right.
And Kristen is talking about the ribbon. She said Farmhouse is the best.
Yes.
Many times coordinated to the fabric I purchased. And I save all those ribbons too. I just enjoy all the colors hanging together.
Yes.
Other people have said that they save them and they reuse them, and I'm glad they do. That's neat.
I used to save them when my daughters were. I used to put them in the hair. Yeah, it's a good resource.
Yeah.
I actually have a big box of them, and I sort of tie them all together so they're not loose and stuff like that. But yeah.
We have a question from Glory. She says approximately how much fabric does a dress take?
I like to get a half a yard of fabric, so I buy a yard all the time. But sometimes the dresses will take a quarter of a yard. It depends on what you're doing with it and how full you want the skirt to be. It depends, but I would not say that it's more than a yard. I would say maybe 3/4 of a yard.
But this, I don't think, is a circle skirt.
No, it's not. It's just a
so
plain.
it's a strip and
Yes,
then
a strip.
covered. Yeah. So a circle skirt is going to take more fabric just because you've got.
You have to put it on the fold and you
Yeah,
bring it around,
yeah,
so it
yeah.
may take a yard just so that you can get the bodice and everything the same color.
Yeah.
So is there always a hand application to your dresses? Like,
Yes.
Always. You're finishing with some sort of hand sewn. Yeah.
Like this is finished right now. It's sewed it, but I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah, it's not completed.
It's not complete. It has to have that extra something on the sleeves or something like that, but it's not quite finished yet.
Do you have that vision when you start, or now that the dress is finished, will you then decide how you want to finish the dress?
After I finish the dress, I decide how I want it to go. But that burgundy one, I knew I wanted to be that way. So I spent a lot of time going through my stash to get those flowers and that ribbon to get it just right.
This does smell good, you guys.
Smells good, right?
And look at that flip, man. That's cute. So this is adorable. This is a beautiful wool fabric right here, and it's got like bell-shaped sleeves. But then, so tell me what you did with all the little. That's your Bernina right there. So in the.
So this is a pattern from Pleasant Company for the Addie doll. So this is, I think this is called her Sunday outfit or something like that, her school outfit. And
I
so
didn't see the sheer sleeve. That is so cute.
That.
this is one of your
my
fabrics.
Goodness, I love that.
So when I used my Bernina, I wanted to do something special. First I started with the jacket. So since I was putting the jacket with a skirt, the silk fabric that actually, because the design's here too, the silk fabric had gold in it. So I decided when I did it, I made the hem, and I hemmed it in the same
Oh yes, you
stitch
did.
from
Look at
Bernina.
that.
from my machine. And so then I carried that on to making it for
I love that.
Yes.
the jacket. So the jacket, the stitch is on top of a piece of, what do you call it, soutache?
Soutache.
And then I lined the jacket in a fat quarter that's just like a gold cotton fabric. And then I made sure that I put the ties in so I could tie it together when she had it on. Because the Addie pattern doesn't have that in it, but I changed it, so I like the tie in the front.
Well, I like, you did a design, you did the stitching design on the shoulder seam too.
Oh, yes, I did it on
How
the shoulder
cute
seam.
is that?
Yes.
Look at
On
that.
the sleeves and the shoulder seam. And then down the front of the blouse.
So she's got tucks on the front, and then the decorative stitching across here, and then this is like a little cummerbund.
So definitely because we have doll kits here, we are always thinking about scale and making sure that the scale is appropriate to the size of the doll. They're styled for 18-inch dolls typically, but me and Sally were blown away by your wide border print fabric that you were able to use on an 18-inch doll.
Yes.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
your
who would
fault.
ever
Right?
dream that you could do that?
So this is only, this dress is all of the border on this fabric. I totally chopped off the top, so the top only has this and this, and
But that is a huge border print.
Yes.
I would say
But
no
look
one
how
could
it
ever
looks so
put that
perfect.
into a doll outfit, but
I
it
know.
works perfectly.
well, the same pattern that I used for all the other ones. It's the same sleeves. What I did was I just chopped the bodice off and made it empire.
Oh, that's smart.
Oh, I see
made a
what you
short
did. You
yoke.
shortened the
Yes.
yoke.
To keep
The
the
bodice.
bottom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Ah.
so smart.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know what you meant
Yes,
before.
I made
So,
it
yeah,
empire.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Then you have enough room for your skirt.
Yes, and then I put this beautiful trim
It works.
Yeah,
from the
that's
doll
how-
kit
uh-huh.
and the buttons also.
Oh.
But yes, and you know the doll kits and stuff. This dress is made from a doll kit. You guys, that was a doll kit from a long, long time
Oh,
ago.
wow.
So it's on the right scale. And then this is a
This is a silk, like a silk dupioni. We
Yes.
should. This is beautiful. Oh, this has got that cute little touch in the back.
I put the bow in the back of that
Yes,
one.
this is so cute. It's like a little bustle bow.
Yes.
You have to explain this one. This is
Okay.
really pretty.
This is just a duponi.
And so
and-
it stands out because of the weave of it.
Yes. And you guys offered it in a 2-yard pack.
Mm-hmm.
I bought every single one that you offered.
Oh,
All the colors.
that's funny.
So I have 3 more of these dresses.
Wow.
And so I thought it was really pretty. And so even though it has the diagonal things, I actually took and put pleats on it. So I just put
Oh,
tops.
yes, it's pleated.
It's
That's
pleated.
so cute that way.
I pleated it.
I love it like that because everything is with the, like,
You can't even tell that there's
Yeah.
any because the lines are so perfect.
right. But look at the back, you guys.
And it's the total width of the
Oh.
fabric. So
wow.
Oh, you used the full width of the
I
fabric?
used the full width of the fabric.
Wow.
Most of my dresses, the full width of the fabric.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's I'm not mathematical, so
She's so pretty.
It's easier to do that.
I like your
And then we
bows on the. Yeah,
add-
but you've got to talk about that.
The headband.
So her sister makes these headbands.
She actually takes the ribbons
Mm-hmm.
and she twists and glues them on, and then we sell them with the dolls too.
So let's do maybe a little close up of the headband. Should we do
Okay.
that? Because people will love to see that. Maybe put a piece of. I can put white fabric. White piece of paper under it.
Yes.
Look at that.
That's cute.
And then a little farmhouse fabric trim on the
Little
side.
velvet flower. That's perfect with this.
Yes.
So, tell me about your little. Your little.
I decided to be silly.
What's cute? It's so
And-
cute.
I just couldn't decide what kind of bow to put on the back of this. So I started trying to make one of these little bows where you get the big bows, and I cut it up and everything, and it just didn't work. So I said, well, you know what, let me just put this other piece of fabric on top, the other thing on top, and I said, it looks nice like that.
It does.
The colors match and everything, so
Yeah, it looks
I
fabulous.
thought it was cute.
Go with it.
It's very
It
cute.
works.
It's very cute. Let's see what color. Look at
Green.
that. Look at that. Look at that
It's
What's
Velcro.
the name of the store again for that Velcro?
The Velcro.
Farm cookies
Farm
cookies.
on Etsy. Mm-hmm.
Man. Well, that's cute. All the Velcro, that's cute.
Yes.
They want to know where you get the small headbands.
Soda Pop. I'll actually look up the name of it. I think it's called Soda Pop, something like that. It's on Etsy also. You can get 12 of them for like under $20, and they're just white and they're flexible and they work.
Mm-hmm.
But
Really
they're
well.
so much better when they're decorated like that. That works.
Yes.
I don't have the patience. My sister does, so she does them.
That's
I think
neat.
she did like 400 of them recently.
Oh. Wow. Wow.
This one, I like this one too.
I do too.
Okay, this fabric is actually a trim. It's actually a trim.
So it was probably about that wide, right?
Yes,
Okay.
that wide.
Uh-huh.
And I really love this ribbon.
I'm going to flip it around this way and then they can look
So-
at that.
I really love this ribbon. And because I love this ribbon, I went looking for something to put with the ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
And so I found this fabric, and it's a beautiful cotton, and it has some embroidery around the bottom, and then it has the flowers embroidered on it. And it sort of offsets this, and then I just put a regular eyelet at the top, and then a plain white cotton here.
That's pretty.
But it's also not finished yet. I have to put something else on it.
And plus, she's not happy because it doesn't have a slip, and
Yes.
so she's gonna make a slip for it. But that's cute. Look
Because
at
you
that.
see through it. I mean, give me a break. You can see through it. Okay. One of my sisters said, "Oh God, it's for a doll. Who cares?" I was like, "You can see through it."
Yeah, that's right. Would you put that on your child?
No, I wouldn't put it on my daughter like that.
That's right.
And this
Oh,
one is
man.
one of Sally's favorites.
I do love that.
And the other thing, when you're making clothes, sometimes the fabric makes the outfit. This fabric made this dress. This is a Farmhouse fabric. I don't think there are any more of it because I think I purchased all of it. And I think it's a taffeta, right?
Well, it's either a taffeta or a Dufioni. It's silk, and it looks hand painted. Doesn't it look hand painted?
It looks hand
And it's
painted,
got the-
but this is all 3D
yeah, it is.
design on here and beading and everything. It's
So
just
a beautiful fabric. Was it beautiful to sew with?
no. No. I remember Sally saying on one of her shows that if it has beads or anything on the edges, you have to take them off before you sew it.
Yeah.
3 broken needles later,
Oh.
I did that.
Yeah.
I took my seam ripper and just
That's
took them
it.
all out.
Mhm,
And you can't see where they're out yet. I still have to go back and put them back in. But oh my God, on the sleeves, right on the edge and the
Yes, right
sleeves.
there,
Oh,
right.
it was just
Yep.
horrible. And then some back here on the seam
Yeah,
here, I had
that's
to take
right.
them out.
That's right.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
it was just. And
That's
so
right.
on my sewing machine, oh, you can see one of them. Look at it, stuck right in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's still
yeah.
stuck right in there.
Your
okay.
needle.
Yes.
Oh, your needle is in
My
there?
needle broke because this was right in there and I didn't
Oh,
know it was
that's
in
funny.
there. So I left it in there because
Oh,
it was,
that's-
but yeah, it broke my needle.
Oh my goodness.
But this is one that you do and it's just so, I cut it out with deeper in the back because I wanted to make it a little fancy. And I trimmed it with one of your little, what do you call it, tree coats?
Oh, yeah.
I trimmed
Yeah.
it with a tree coat because I
Yeah.
didn't want it to be too heavy.
Right, right. Yeah. That's cute.
I'll take some of these off the table so you can see the
Okay.
rest of it.
I was thinking this was a little romper, but it's
It's
a
a little,
sundress.
it's a sundress.
That's
I
adorable.
like that.
And I
Look
just
at that.
trimmed it. I trimmed it up, but look what I did to the inside. Because I don't like putting hems and stuff, I just
Oh, you
made it.
lined it.
And this is an example of you do what you want to do. So this pattern, which was one of the patterns you sell at your store. I forgot which one it was. It's by Oliver and Ann.
Yes. Olive and Designs.
Yes.
Yes. They do have a doll line.
Yes, it's one of her patterns. And it's really easy to make. But you have to put elastic in the waist.
Ooh.
So what I decided to do was line it.
Oh, so it didn't call for lining. So that way you could just make your casing in there. Smart.
Yes.
Smart.
I cheated.
But you know, why not?
Yeah,
The
I
whole
cheated.
thing, then you take care of the hem at the same time.
I take
and
care of,
everything.
I don't have to worry about hemming it or anything like
Oh,
that.
that was a good
And
idea.
the elastic goes right in the middle,
Right.
and that's a really beautiful, easy to make pattern. It really is. You
Because-
probably want to link it to it.
When I asked you how many garments you had ready for your last show. What'd you tell me?
240.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
But I had a lot of inventory already because I've been sewing. I hadn't done a show in like 2 years. But I made like maybe 160 new outfits.
Wow.
60 of them were the dresses like this.
Wow.
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 So I'm going to be posting all of them.
Oh,
Good.
wow.
Good.
This is from a dolly kit.
right.
Every single piece on here is from a dolly kit.
That's cool.
And back in the day, we used to have whip stitch piping, and it looks so cute in your doll things. So comes with stockings and shoes.
And this
And-
is reversible.
Oh, and that silk satin ribbon on there.
I made the
Look
little
at
jacket
that.
reversible.
Oh, that's
And it
cute.
has the piping on the sleeve, so I don't have to worry about
Yes.
hemming them.
Yeah.
Right, right. Oh man.
Yeah, so she can wear it either way.
Yes.
So Easter and then after Easter.
Right. That's right. That's
And it
right.
closes up.
Oh, that's cute.
And this is corduroy. This beautiful pinwheel corduroy. It's really like a feather corduroy. It's
Yeah.
really beautiful.
Lay that. Whoops. Here. Because this is the cutest corduroy ever. Look at this. Of course,
your
it's Lily.
motifs that you keep
I do
setting
too.
it with and framing
Yeah,
it.
the-
Like I'm gonna incorporate that on a dress coming
Yeah,
up. I
a
love that
little
little
motif.
touch.
That one's a little bow motif. And this wonderful corduroy this is a feather wheel corduroy with Lily of the Valley design on it.
I just love Lily Valley.
I do too. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, God, I just love it.
I love it.
And this corduroy is so beautiful.
Yeah, that's a pretty one.
It's so soft.
I love that. And a little vintage mother of pearl buckle.
Yes,
for
from
the
you.
belt. I
There's
love
something
those.
very retro about that whole
I know.
dress.
I know
it's
it.
pretty.
You had another corduroy that was brown, and it was, I made a dress like this one out of it, and someone picked it up
Snatched
just
it
like
up.
that.
Yep.
Yes.
Now this is a very fun dress. This is silk taffeta. And actually, look what you did here.
I
You
pleated it.
pleated it, and then you pleated in the center, and then gathered on the sides. That's cute. And look at that little tiny
That's yours,
pleated,
yes.
tiny pleated
Organza ribbon.
organza ribbon. I love that. But I was telling Patty that this little trim going around the waist is a mokuba ribbon, and that each one of these little flowers is actually handmade.
Yes.
And they gather them up and sew them on, and sometimes it comes with a little pearl in the center. But that's really, really darling. And hey, this is a velveteen.
That's a velveteen. And
I
what I
love
did was
that.
I put this ribbon on first, and then I put the motif on top of it
Right. Wow.
to make it pop. And this was not finished yet. It needs a bow.
This is sweet. Look at that. Has all that little rustle sound that everybody loves. Oh my goodness.
I feel like I've lost your pleats so much. Like I don't even know it's pleated until I get close.
Yeah.
What are you doing, like in the application for that to make them invisible?
I want them to be invisible because I want them to look as if they're not pleated, as if it's a continuation of that. So you guys have like a little instrument it's like this handle, and then it has prongs at the end of it. And you have one that's tiny, and then you have one that's larger. That's what I use.
That's the perfect pleater.
The perfect pleater.
Perfect pleater.
Well, it is really, it shows. Because
Yeah,
I don't
it
even
does.
notice that they're pleated until y'all start moving the
I know.
skirt
I didn't
around.
realize it either
Me
until I was
either.
holding it.
Yeah, that's what I
Wow.
use, the perfect pleater.
It works.
Well, I love it. It's great.
It's a great
So,
tool.
you have to use totally different notions, surely, for
Yeah.
what
Well,
you do than most
You got a
people.
little pile, but I recognize these.
I know. I'm thinking those are ones that I'm used to.
I'm always talking
these are the
about
ones
these.
I use. These I cannot sew without these. This one for measuring everything. If I'm making a hem or I'm measuring anything or where something goes, I like this because I can put it. It stays wherever I put it. It has the gauge on it. And then my little tweaky scissors, they can pull things out. They have like it's really sharp edge. And this guy, he is amazing. He grabs everything and pulls it out in corners, things that are stuck in little places.
Oh, right.
And then this one's great for basically putting elastic in little places. It's really good for that. And this one's for pulling things out. And this one's for beading.
So these are all the little bodkins. Usually I have about 16 of them hanging around my neck, right? There. And then this, I know she never has to use this.
I use it a
Do
lot.
you ever have to use it?
Oh, yes. I use it a lot.
Me too.
Yes.
Me too.
It's my favorite tool.
Jesse said, "What a fun break from my whole house cleaning. She said, this was so fun, like Christmas morning. Thanks for sharing all your fabulously
Aw.
designed dresses, Pattie."
Man.
You're welcome. I enjoy it so much.
We left one
So
little guy.
psyched.
We have one that we left out. I'm not sure I can reach it.
Oh, this little
Can
white
you reach
one?
it? Yes, it's so cute. And that one I know I can't reach, but it's just adorable. So look at this little tiny one.
This is from one of their 2-yard packets of
eyelet. 2-yard
eyelet. Yeah,
yes.
2 yards of eyelet. So I just decided that I just wanted to make the
Okay,
dress.
thanks.
It's the same pattern, but I didn't put sleeves in it.
Look at that. And it's so simple. And so you just added a little tiny trim at the hem, right? All eyelet dress.
And I lined it.
Yeah.
I put a little petticoat in it.
Yeah. So the bodice is lined, and then petticoat skirt, and then just simple with a little bit of lavender.
Yep.
Perfect touch. I love it. It'd be cute on a little girl too. And then these little shoes
Little white
go
shoes
with
to
it.
go with it.
Very cute. And then This is pretty.
That's for your fabrics too. Yes.
I love that. So this has, the neckline is cut down in the front and the back. It changes the look completely, doesn't
You
it?
gotta hear how she addresses her necklines.
Oh,
okay.
This is what I
Tell
do.
me.
I have little pattern pieces. What I do with the
I
pattern
think I
pieces?
moved him right over here. Right here.
So I created my own tissue pattern pieces, and
I'm gonna lay them on this gray here.
and they're really beat up. I'll have to do them again. But what I do is I cut everything out exactly the same because I don't know what I'm going to do. So when I get to the pattern pieces, like for this dress, I said, I think I want it to be a little bit deeper in the back. So I just take the scissors and I just cut all 4 layers of the fabric down. And I want the bodice to be lower. I just cut a square like that, or I just trim it a little bit down, and done. And then I just sew it together.
So you start with everything looks just like this.
Yes.
And then even the one that you shorten the yoke, you probably start like this.
Yes,
and then,
I did.
And then
I cut it off.
Look at you. Well, that way you can cut so many out at one time.
Thank you.
And then just change it up as you go. I can understand
The
that.
only places where I made things longer is if I wanted the sleeve to be longer, I actually put this at the top and made extra fabric at the bottom.
Right.
And I wasn't sure how long it should be, so some of them I had to cut before I sewed them together.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So changes to the neck, front and back, and then
the sleeve.
the sleeve shape also.
Yeah.
You'll cut. That's neat.
Yeah, but I made 60 dresses with just that pattern.
Wow. Well, one thing that I wanted to mention, because we were discussing this, and I just think it's so neat. I hadn't ever heard, and a lot of you, especially if you've been sewing for dolls, you probably know about this. But this is called Special Doll Livery,
Yes.
and this is a group of people that started in
I think it's Salt Lake City.
2012
Yes.
in Salt Lake City, and they make they give packets. They refurbish dolls that are gently used and make them beautiful again, and then have clothes, and then they have like a little carrying case,
A
and all
little
that.
carrying case for them.
And
Yes.
and they give them to children who are in the foster care
Yeah.
system.
Girls and boys in the foster care system.
Yeah,
And
and
in
so
Salt Lake City.
yeah, so Special Doll Livery, DOLLIVERY, and they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they have a website, and you've donated to them before, right?
Yes, they actually you can get donations through Amazon. But what I do is if I have clothing that I've been to like shows for like 3 or 4 years and they haven't sold, I box them up and I send them to them because no one wanted them, so it's going to go to good use, and it actually frees up my inventory so I can make more. Ulterior motives.
This is really neat. This came straight from their website. It said, "We're always in need of well-made doll clothes that will delight and inspire children to believe anything is possible. From play dresses, sleep clothes to career wear, we appreciate your creativity and generosity. We're looking for donations that have a serious cuteness factor." I love that. The children who receive these gifts live day to day with the "I guess it's better than nothing" concept. We want our dolls and clothes to have the "I can't believe this is for me" feeling.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It gives me chills.
Yeah, me too. Let's all do our best to bring the darling into these children's lives.
Yes.
I thought it was really, really special. And they've delivered over 2,000 dolls so far to kids that really do love them. And anyway, I wanted to, we'll put a link to this so that if anybody wants to donate, that they can. I think it's really awesome. And there may be other, just like you said, there might be other groups in other states that do the same thing, but this is one that you know about, and
That's the one I know
we
about, yes.
wanted to share that. Oh my goodness. This
Oh,
has
the
been...
gift.
Oh yeah, we have a drawing.
Yes, we're getting over time.
What
We
am
have
I
a drawing.
thinking? What am I thinking?
No, it's not just a drawing. Pattie has added to it since she's been here today.
I know. Oh boy.
So it's extra special.
So I made this dress from all fabrics and trims from Farmhouse Fabrics, even the ribbon and everything. So, and I used the same pattern, but see, I cut it down low in the back so I could get this beautiful pleated trim on here that matches the fabric on here. Ooh, there's a thread here, so it's just newly made. There's still a thread on here.
We're always
Please
talking
always
about
make
that.
sure you cut them and not pull them.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
then this beautiful trim, and the dress is really velvet. It's a red
so
velvet.
cute.
So we have the stuff around the bottom, and I'm giving you a pair of black shoes to go with it. My bag.
That's
Neat bag.
cute.
And then a nightgown that's also made with one of your vintage fabrics.
That's sweet.
And then we took and put flowers on the front of the little
Aw.
white shoes.
I love it.
So we have because you've been so generous, I think it would be really fun to have 2 drawings.
Oh, okay.
So we can have a daytime doll and a
Okay.
nighttime doll.
Okay.
And that 2 people can benefit from your wonderful things.
Okay, no problem.
Will that be all right with you?
Of course it would be.
Good thing, because we're going to do
Do it anyway.
So I'm going to let you...
Oh, no, I can't.
You're not going to do that? Okay.
I feel so guilty. No.
You will? Okay, I'm going to reach in. This is going to be... this is going to be for the daytime drawing. This is going to be funny. Leilani Fisk.
No way.
Leilani Fisk. And
She won last
She
week.
won the raffle last
For
week.
a doll.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, from SDA? Oh, wow.
She said... Oh my goodness. I'm very excited to hear Pattie Robinson. Most of my dolls have their own clothes, except we have some Lee Middleton dolls who are newborn size that my daughter-in-law gives us outgrown clothes for. I love dolls, as do my daughter-in-laws. Granddaughters and great-granddaughter do. We have used the cream rinse, and it works fairly well. She was saying they use cream rinse, hair cream rinse. Leilani, this is yours. This is your little dress right here with the shoes, and so... I know you don't have one like it that from last time.
That's right,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness. Okay, let's see who wins the nighttime. Oh my goodness.
This is really pretty because this is like beading in here too.
Oh,
You know?
I love that.
This is from Instagram and it's Angelina1230 ANGELINAH 1230. And she said, I would love to win.
Congratulations.
And so, yep. So you win the nighttime version and the slippers.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all have got to go to Pidget for Dolls
Yep.
on Etsy.
Yes.
Yep.
And find all of Pattie's makes there.
Yes. I only have, I think, 15 outfits up there right now. But I will have more in the next week or so.
Okay.
So we should be able to get some stuff together for you guys for Christmas.
Good. Pattie, thank you so much for coming.
You're
I
welcome.
mean,
I enjoyed
it was
it.
really fun.
It was so much
It was
fun.
so fun to meet you.
And I got to shop here too.
Aw.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Okay.
It's a trip 20-something years in the making. So
Yeah, that's right.
very
That's
cool.
right.
Yes, I drove like almost 3 hours and it was well worth it. I can't wait to go home and start sewing again.
Good.
And taking
Well,
pictures.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you everybody for joining us.
Yes, thank
and
you.
we will talk to you soon.
Yes. Bye-bye. That was fun. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be,
See?
but I was still nervous.
Great.
You did great. You did not seem nervous at all.